Hey, what's happening, guys? This is Alaska. I just wanted to do a quick video on 3 characters. Khiona, who has that plus 20% every time she's hit attack boost. Tarlak, who's 100% plus normal damage with stacking, and then Wilbur, who of course has the attack share for damage sharing. I kind of wanted to see how all these would relate to one another with special skill and tile damage. So right here, Leanna has 2 buffs. She's got Khiona's as well as Tarlak's. Tarlak just boosts everyone's attack just astronomically with that plus 100. But when you're looking at the actual hit points that it delivers, you're only looking at a fraction of an increase with the special skill, and that's coming directly from Khiona's plus 45. However, with 145 plus tile damage with the 2 combined, Khiona's accounting for a 433 critical, and that's against a weak opponent. So these attack buffs are identical to before. We're getting plus 100 from Tarlak, an additional plus 45 from Khiona. So the special skill is only going to apply to that plus 45 attack boost, which you see there. So how can we boost that Khiona special? In order to get more out of our special skills with the 2 flanking heroes. And in order to boost Khiona's special, we're going to use Wilbur's special, which is just sharing every individual attack with all 5 heroes. In this special instance, we have Sip, who has already fired her repost. So there's 2 cool things about this. One, if you fire a special like I did just there on Bold Tusk, it's going to get shared individually with everyone, and you're not going to get hit back from that repost. So that kind of cancels out the repost one. Also, anytime you do end up connecting tiles, it's going to account for additional boosts to attack, where you see here it's at plus 144% for Khiona, Magni, and Richard, which is just insane. So that's almost at the same level as Tarlak, with very little turns after Wilbur's fired his, and you've been able to coincide that with Khiona's special as well. You know, the only strange thing that I'm seeing though is that between the tile damage that I did to myself from the repost, from targeting the left side of the board, which should have increased the attack plus 20% for every one of those tiles. Zim's attack, who attacks all 5 of my heroes 1 individual time, so that's an additional 100% attack. Essentially what it should be is over 200% attack, but it looks like it maxes out at 144%, which is pretty significant because that's not written or underwritten in her special. So here's another instance where Sip's fired her repost. I'm basically using Khiona's special and then connecting with some tiles. So Khiona's going to be a little bit above everyone else as far as an attack standpoint goes, because I hadn't fired Wilbur's yet. But as soon as I do, and I'm able to connect a few, or they're able to attack, you can see that Magni right here, as well as Richard, are going to get a considerable boost. And then just by firing some tiles, kind of at random here, now able to get their boost all the way up to 124% for each individual. And then looking at Khiona's, Khiona should be significantly more. However, it is again maxed out at 144%. So really, in all actuality, it's kind of lame that they didn't state that. 2 things are kind of lame. One, that they can't add 45 plus 20 and have that come out to 65, 85, 105, 125, 145. Somehow a 4 got generated. The other thing is that they didn't state that there was a cap on Khiona's special skill. So hopefully that'll get remedied somewhere down the line. But still, one of the best things about Wilbur and Khiona is when you have multi-attacking heroes that you're up against, because every time they hit not only one but another neighboring hero, you're going to get the plus 20% boost, basically times however many people got hit on your team. So how do all 3 of these heroes, for me at least, stack up with Khiona, Tarlak, and Wilbur? Would I use them all for war on a war team? I don't think I would. I think it just, to me, feels like a little overpowered as far as attack boosting goes. I think in order to maximize that, I would put Tarlak with somebody else who has a global attack boost, like Bold Tusk or Kirill, who's going to basically increase the tile damage for everyone equally, and then utilize Wilbur probably with a healer. You know, I've got this team right now with Red Hood on it. I might put her next to Khiona, but more than likely use Wilbur, a good healer with Khiona, and then flank Khiona with 2 individual same colored heroes in order to essentially try to create the super, like 4-to-1 stacked or even a mono stacked team through the plus 144% attack boost that Khiona can get in short order. And one of the biggest takeaways that I'm getting from using all three of these heroes together and then just individually getting kind of more familiarized with each one of them's special skill is really how versatile Wilbur's special is. Initially I didn't think that it was that great when they released season 2, but for me at least, he's got to be one of my top favorite 4-star heroes that are in this game, specifically because you can decrease the entire team's defense and increase yours substantially by 63%. But versus Riposte, you're talking about being able to target with special skills individuals who don't have that reflect buff on, so you're able to deliver high damage to their entire team without getting any of that back on you. And then of course, when coupling him with some of these other heroes, you're able to not only keep them alive longer, but you're also able to boost, specifically with Khiona, her special skill just through the roof. So adding them all together, and then like I said, structuring a team where you have 2 same colored heroes that flank Khiona can really come in handy, specifically for war, but also for just general raids and generating high damage delivered. And so I'll just go ahead and do one more raid with a team that I actually might use for war. And this has 2 purples, 2 blues, and then 1 red and Wilbur. And so initially with an Ares tank, he can be kind of a pest. But when you couple Wilbur with strong heroes against him, it's almost better to keep him alive and keep generating good tile damage or good tiles against him until you can get Wilbur to fire off, as well as Khiona in this instance, so that every time I connect against Ares with these strong colored tiles, which are now boosted by the attack coming from Khiona, what I'm getting is strong damage not only to Ares but also to the entire team. So when I get a good combo like I got there, where a lot of blue connected to Ares, then essentially you can wipe out an entire team in very short order. Anyway, hope it helped. I had fun doing it. Cheers, guys.